Yo, Stills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peak motherfucking game, man. We got to talk about my dog, Vergil Ortiz. Man, y'all gonna have to put some respect on that kid's name, man. Incredible performance last night, man. Incredible performance. I was hit or miss on some of the predictions that I made. And I don't even think they were predictions. I just said I felt a lot of this shit was more so, what's the proper word, the proper term you want to put, feelings or thoughts. You dig? I thought that Vergil Ortiz would at least get dropped one time in this fight, and it did look like he did, but he didn't. He clearly slipped, but he got hurt in that second round. He got hurt, but like a dog. And this, you see, this is another thing. This is something that kind of bothers me, that I just literally thought about as I'm making this video. Vergil Ortiz gets clearly visibly hurt, and he goes back in the kitchen sink and cooks in the same round. Ryan Garcia gets dropped and gets up and finishes the round strong. Why does he get this level of ruckus thrown in his direction? You dig? This is boxing. People are gonna get hit. You're gonna get dropped by motherfuckers that you just shouldn't. Motherfuckers, he just dropped. Roy Jones got dropped by the Boricua out of New York. I can never remember his name. He's a coach at the Mayweather. I can never. Lou DeVale, I think. He got dropped by him. It happens, man. It's boxing. You dig it? So you get clipped. It be like that. Brandon Rios got stopped by Tim Bradley. It be like that sometime, man. You get caught by some hot shit. These are boxers at the end of the day who know how to get every bit of their weight behind the shot. Now the impact of the shot may not be as potent as another fighter, but nonetheless, these dudes can punch. They just may not punch on the level of their contemporaries, but they can still punch at the end of the day. Nonetheless, we're not gonna drift too far off topic, man. This dude is the goods. He's a complete boxer, man. He really is. Everything is there. Everything is there, man. The defense is there. Really good upper body movement, man. Really fast feet, real fast combinations. A jab. He dropped the dude with a jab to the body on some Kovalevs, Sergey Kovalev shit. He dropped this dude with a shot to the body. Dropped him with a shot to the body. And another thing I was hit or miss on was Kavaliauskas, his counter punching. You dig? Like based off of his last fight, I felt his best counter punching came with his, it comes from his left hand. I was seeing a lot of setback right hands off of Vergil Ortiz's jab last night. I saw a lot of that, man. So I was pretty hit or miss on that one as well, man. It's a few things that I don't even want to say I was, hiccup on, because you can't. It's impossible to, give this a 100% accurate analysis on a fight that hasn't happened yet. You dig? The best you could do is watch previous film on what transpired and, put their last performances up against each other, or their last few performances up against each other, or their best performances up against each other, and, make a hypothesis on that. But nonetheless, I did say a late round stoppage. I was pretty adamant on that, but I was still skeptical because I think Kavaliauskas is he's a respectable welterweight. I felt that, and I still feel that, man. He put on a good performance last night. He just lost, man. First round out the gate, man. The kid he comes out pumping and probing the jab. He was just really helping. All right, cool. Let me establish the jab. Let me get this thing going. I think that I gave him that round. The second round, he gets caught in an exchange, and he almost, pays the piper for it. He almost pays the piper for it, man. And Ortiz goes into survival mode, and his survival tactics and instincts are really they're monstrous, man. They're monstrous because, you know, despite the fact that his corner was yelling at him and barking on him for doing that shit, I don't know. You got to reestablish the level of respect there, so your opponent just doesn't overwhelm you when they have you hurt. And he did that. He stepped to him. It's something to be said about a motherfucker who's gonna go after you even when they're hurt. That's scary right there. That's scary. And Kavaliauskas comes out and he hurts him again in the third round, but gets dropped with a power jab in the second round. He put that dude down twice with power jabs, bro. And after the fourth round, it was, you know, it was just over, man. He was just out speeding him. He was out timing him, man. Just, I don't know, man. Him and Devin Haney seem to have speed and timing with their jabs. They have speed and timing. It's like they catch you opening up right away and they launch the jab. And they get up under the shot. Oh, that has to be irritating to deal with, man, because usually when a motherfucker speeds you to death, you know, he'll just overwhelm you with just, you know, just a whole bunch of a flurry of shots before you can't stay in front of him, so you have no choice but to cover up. These dudes have speed and timing, bro. It's like they catch you as soon as you open, like that split second with you opening up, and then they launch a jab, and they get out of the range. They get out of range, so you can't hit them. I was seeing that a lot. Man, and he was popping Kavaliauskas' head back and rolling right up under the counter hook that was coming behind the jab, man. It was just, I'm just looking at this kid like, dude. Just everything just seems to be there, man. The defense, you know, he has really good upper body movement, fast upper body movement. He can slip and dip multiple punches. The feet are there, bro. Just everything with this kid is there. He's becoming a really complete boxer. He is, man. The body shots are there. The body shots. And like I said, man, he's real compact with his punches, man. It's nothing wide. It's none of that. We saw a completely different Vergil Ortiz than what we saw against Maurice Hooker. And now, granted, you know, Kavaliauskas was touching him with the jab, but you see, he wasn't as blemished in this fight as well. I just think he blemishes, you know, pretty easily. I do. I think he whelps up pretty easily, man. It happens, man. Some people just don't have tougher skin than others, man. And I think, you know, he's a cat that just blemishes easily, man. But Kavaliauskas was catching him with the jab and the right hand, you dig? Like that short uppercut he caught him with on the inside is, yikes, that was gruesome, man. Like he blemishes easily. He does, man. But he didn't take it. The thing is, he didn't take as much punishment on the way in than a Maurice Hooker. And like I said, it was going to be easier for him to get in than a Maurice Hooker because Kavaliauskas doesn't have the length and the range of a Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker is like, he's sitting at 80 inch arm reach. That shit is like, fuck out of here, you Dawson ass nigga. But he had an easier time getting around it. He had a much easier time getting around it, man. And I'm looking at this dude last night, and I'm like, man, even after he drops you, he's real calculated when he goes in for the kill. He's real calculated when he goes in for the kill. Usually a nigga is a little bit the minute they get you hurt, they drop you or whatever, you look like, oh yeah, man, he's seasoned up. Let's go on ahead and throw him on the grill. They go in there and they just launch and launch and launch and launch and launch. Him, he's real calculated when it's time for him to step on you. He's real calculated, man. He's still measuring you. He's still keeping you guessing while you're hurt. So it's not like, all right, yo, I'm just throwing shots and throwing shots. No, he's not throwing nothing. He's give you a few, the few seconds to guess where it is that he's gonna launch the shot at. He doesn't neglect the body when you're hurt. It's the dude is high IQ in the ring, man. This kid is incredible. This kid is incredible. He's the real deal, man. This dude is the goods, man. And I think at this point he's separated himself from all of the other up-and-coming welterweights. I don't think if you put any of the up-and-coming welterweights in the ring with him, they'd win. Y'all know how I feel about Conor Ben and Jaron Ennis, man. But I just think at this time, Vergil Ortiz is that dude. Vergil Ortiz is that dude, man. Well, we'll have a better understanding of who Conor Ben is next month when he fights Adrian Granados, and we still don't know who Jaron Ennis is, man. But if I had to put any of them cats in the ring, I can't go against Vergil Ortiz right now. I can't. I'm seeing a lot of people just say the dumbest shit, man. Just, oh yeah, you know, he got slow feet, he one-dimensional. What fight was you watching that would have you saying this dude is one-dimensional or has slower feet or slow feet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? Like, I'm not mad that you want to support your brother. That is what's up, man. But you still have to exercise some sense of logic and reasoning when you go for these fighters. Jaron Ennis at this time is, we see this kid has everything it takes, but it's just we haven't seen him against any sort of credible competition. Sergey Lipinets, good gauge, but not the best gauge. Not the best gauge. Not the best measuring stick. Kavaliauskas, he's a dude with championship rounds under his belt. 9 championship bouts under his belt. Kavaliauskas, Sergey Lipinets. And Sergey Lipinets was a champion at 140. Yeah, can't disregard that. We can't disregard that, but we 7 pounds north of that division. We're 7 pounds north in that division. We're 7 pounds north in that division. We got to remember that. Kavaliauskas is a far bigger threat at welterweight than Sergey Lipinets is. So at this point, I can't go against Vergil Ortiz. I wouldn't do it. I refuse to go against Vergil Ortiz in this regard. I mean, that kid is proven to be special at this point in time, man, and he's taking on the competition necessary to get him in position to where he needs to be. He's doing that. This is what I said the same thing about Joshua Buatsi yesterday, man. They're fighting fighters who's high. Like, this is what I say. Resume matters, man. Who you fight, that shit matters. Who you fight matters. Because you need those fights to highlight the flaws and the wrinkles in your game so they can get ironed out. This Vergil Ortiz is a far different Vergil Ortiz that fought Maurice Hooker. He's a lot more aware of the jab. Better defense of the jab. Better head movement. Sharper in the clinch. More compact with his punches. Keeps his guard tight. Vergil Ortiz with Maurice Hooker he got a lot more reckless than he did in this fight. And because of that, I feel like he's ready for Terrence Crawford. I do. I'm not saying that he'll win. I think he's ready for all of the champions and the former champions in that division. And I know I made a video saying I ain't picking Vergil Ortiz over Keith Thurman. I have to take that back now. I have to take that back. Keith Thurman, hey, man, if you still serious about going on a campaign as a champion, you need to go on ahead and fight this dude right now and give us a good gauge of where you at. Not as a tune-up though. This dude is 17 fights, 17 KOs, man. This kid is the goods, man. He's ready for, top shelf competition. He's ready for top shelf competition. I feel that strongly about him. I'm not saying, like, I don't think he'd beat Bud. I don't think he'd beat him, but he's ready for that fight. The mistakes he made against Maurice Hooker, he wouldn't make as often against a Bud. He wouldn't. I just think Bud is the better boxer. Bud is the best in the division. But I do think he's ready. You can be ready for somebody, but not beat them. That's what people they're getting shit confused when I say that he's ready. He's ready. I think he's ready. He's ready for these dudes. That's not saying that he beats them though. But he is ready. This kid is sharp, man. I was overly impressed with what I saw last night. I was, well, today. I didn't get to watch it live last night. I'm mad about it, but I did get to watch it as soon as I woke up this AM. And salute to that kid, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Everybody talking that Robert Garcia, you know, is a, but you know, all the bullshit they gotta say about Robert Garcia. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That dude has more, not Maurice Looker, but Jose Ramirez, and now he has a legitimate title contender in Vergil Ortiz in his stable. I don't want to hear shit else about how overrated of a trainer that Robert Garcia is. I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. That dude is a damn good trainer, man. Y'all need, you know, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Damn, ain't nowhere to park in this motherfucker. Why everybody acting like they want to come to the mall? God damn. All in all, man, yeah, like I said, bro, really good win. Real good win from Vergil Ortiz. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm rooting for the kid, man. I was overly impressed with what I saw last night, man. Good fucking job. Great win. Great fucking stoppage. Way to persevere when adversity showed its, you know, reared its ugly head. I'm just, good shit, kid. There's really nothing else that needs to be said. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Good fight. Great fight. I'm looking forward to the next one, man. Shout out to Golden Boy, man. Y'all found a good one. Peace.